Students, good morning, all of you. Welcome back to our history online class. Okay, how are you? Safe and fine at home? Okay. Don't you study the last class homework? What was the homework? About the French estate. Very important question, very important essay question. Okay, don't forget to study that question. Yes, okay. Then what was the aim of the French Revolution? To rebuild France on the principle of ideals, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Okay, don't forget that the aims of the motto of the French Revolution. Okay, which year was the French Revolution was happened? 1789. Okay, then where we stop it the last class. Then the last class we discussed the topic about the Enlightenment thinkers. Then that Enlightenment thinkers, who were the Enlightenment thinkers in the French Revolution? Voltaire, Rousseau, Montesquieu. The important Enlightenment thinkers was Rousseau, Voltaire, and Montesquieu. Then these thinkers supported then they encouraged the common people to start the revolution against the monarchical system, against the then the feudal landlords, against the kingship, isn't it? In all revolutions, there were some thinkers encouraged the common people. They supported the common people. Here, the French Revolution, the important thinkers were the Rousseau, Voltaire, and Montesquieu. Then all of you look at the screen, their important statement. Then Voltaire ridicule the exploitation of clergy. Then promoted rational thinking ideals of equality and humanism. Okay, Voltaire criticized the existing social order. Voltaire criticized the existing social order, that is a ridicule the exploitation of clergy. Voltaire Voltaire criticized the existing social order in the French society. What was the existing social order in the French society? The common people have no right in the administration. They are the full tax is then the levied upon the common people. That is the third estate. The next Enlightenment thinkers in the French Revolution was the Rousseau. Very important statement, Rousseau. All of you look at the screen. Man is born free, but everywhere he is in chain. Very important quotation of Rousseau. Man is born free, but everywhere he is in chain. Then declared the peoples of the sovereign. Then according to Rousseau, he declared the people are the sovereign of the state. Janangalana state in the Paramadhigara. Then with that sovereign, he criticized, his statement was that man is born free, but everywhere he is in chain. That is a very important statement of Rousseau. Then Montesquieu supported, then the suggested the division of power. Montesquieu supported the division of power, that is the legislature, executive, and judiciary, isn't it? Montesquieu, then the Montesquieu opinion was that division of power is the good for the government, that is the legislature, executive, and the judiciary. Our government is also implementing this type of the organs of the government, legislature, executive, and the judiciary. That was a statement of the Montesquieu. So the another one is the physiocrats and the philosophers. Then these five Enlightenment thinkers supported the common people and encouraged the people to start the revolution against the existing system in the France. Okay, up to there we discussed the last class. Okay, now I am continuing the topic of the French Revolution. Our topic is the third estate takes the lead, and that is today's topic. So the last class we discussed that the French king Louis XIV, the 15th, the landlords and the clergy and the nobles, they lead the very luxurious life. The common people led the very pathetic and miserable life, isn't it? So because of their luxurious life, whose luxurious life? Then the kings, landlords, and the first estate, who are in the first estate clergy, the priest, and the second estate nobles. And so because of these people, then the then the French government faced to the problem of economic crisis because of this luxurious life and the frequent war and the natural disaster, natural problems, maybe the drought, other problem related to nature, the crops failure, crop production failure, and the frequent war, and another these first estate. Then the clergy, nobles, and the kings, luxurious life, all these reason the French government, the France brought into the financial crisis. Then the government and the people of France face the economic problem, isn't it? For overcoming the financial crisis, Louis XVI decided has to impose the new tax on the common people. Common people means that the third estate. Louis XVI has decided to impose the new tax to the common people, isn't it? For implementing the tax system, Louis XVI summoned the State General. For imposing the new taxes to the common people, Louis XVI summoned the State General. State General, that is a government in the State General, that is the the representatives of the Legislative Assembly. Okay. Then, like the French society, the State General had 3 groups, isn't it? In the French society, there is 3 groups, first, second, and third group. Like that, State General also had 3 groups. Then first group, second group, and third group. So the French government, there is one trick is that then the first estate 200 and first State General first group, then there is 285 members is there, and the second estate 308 members is there, but in the third group there is a third State General 621 members are there. Traditionally the State General has one group only one vote. Understand, one group only one vote. Then first group one vote, second group then the one vote, and the third group also one vote. Their voting system is not as the proportion of the each members. മനസ്സിലായ, അതായത് ഓരോ മെമ്പറിനും അടിസ്ഥാനമാക്കിയിട്ടല്ല അവർ വോട്ട് ചെയ്യുക, വൺ ഗ്രൂപ്പിന് ഒറ്റ വോട്ട്. സോ ടോട്ടൽ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഗ്രൂപ്പ് ആൻഡ് സെക്കൻഡ് ഗ്രൂപ്പ് വിൽ ഗെറ്റ് ദ 2 vote and third group 1 vote. So the majority first and second group always maintaining the majority and they overrule the third group. Understand? First and second estates get the majority, surely would be get the majority, and that 2 groups overall the third group, that is the third general estate. Okay. So that is why the common people had no representation in the their State General. So the Louis XVI for imposing the new tax, then the for overcoming the financial crisis, Louis XVI summoned the State General and imposing the new tax. But the common people oppose this new tax system. So the main reason is that always the first and second group overall the third group. Okay, then all of you look at the screen. Look at the screen. The first estate 285, then second estate 308, and third estate 621. If you are calculating the first and second estate, the members number will get the 593. But the common, then the third estate 621. So രണ്ടും കൂടെ കൂട്ടിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ കൂടുതൽ നിൽക്കുന്നത് ആരാണ്? മേലെ നിൽക്കുന്നത് third estate. First, second, if you are calculating the first estate and the second estate, that is the State General, will get the 593, but the third estate is 621. That is why the first and second estate their argument is that each estate only one vote. അപ്പൊ ഒരു ഗ്രൂപ്പിന് ഒരു വോട്ട് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ മൂന്നാമത്തെ ഗ്രൂപ്പിന് അവർക്ക് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും? അവർക്ക് ഓവർടേക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. Otherwise, the third group, the number is the 621. So if you are giving the vote to each member to each voter, the third estate will get the majority. So the argument is going on there. The third estate demanded the individual vote for each member of the three estates. That argument is going there. At that time, the third estate declared themselves as the National Assembly of France. The argument is going there. Each member needed the one vote. The argument is going there. At that time, the commoners, the third estate declared that they themselves, they are the national, declared themselves as the National Assembly of France. അവര് തന്നെയാണ് National Assembly. National Assembly in the France National Assembly, there is a national convention. അവരുടെ assembly ആണ് national, ഫ്രാൻസിന്റെ ഗവൺമെന്റ് ആണ് National Assembly. So the common people declared, the third estate declared that they themselves as the National Assembly. And all of you look at the screen. Then the third estate declared themselves in National Assembly. They had assembled in the tennis court near and swore not to leave until they had framed a constitution of France. This event is known as the tennis court oath. Understand? The argument is going there, and the third estate declared themselves they are the National Assembly, and then they assembled in the tennis court. They assemble the tennis court, and they take the one pledge, then they swore not to leave until they had framed a constitution. ഒരു കോൺസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻ ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നത് വരെ ഞങ്ങൾ ഇവിടെ എന്ത് ചെയ്യും? ഞങ്ങൾ ഇവിടെ കൂടിയിരിക്കും, ഞങ്ങൾ പിരിഞ്ഞ് പോവില്ല. They take the one pledge, they take the sword not to leave until they had framed a constitution for the common people, for the third estate. That the sword had taken in the tennis court. So that incident is known as the tennis court oath. Understand? In the French Revolution, the tennis court oath is a very important one. It was in the 1789. 1789, the tennis court oath, very important in the French Revolution. What is the reason of behind the tennis court oath? The third estate demanded. They never. Then the they needed a constitution for the common peoples, not to leave until they had framed the constitution. So that pledge was taken in the tennis court. That is why this incident is known as the tennis court oath. It was in the 1789. It is considered as the beginning of the French Revolution. The tennis court considered as the beginning of the French Revolution. Appa tennis court oathinu sheshamana. That is the starting of the French Revolution in 1789. Understand? The French Revolution, very important incident is the tennis court 1789. After the tennis court, that tennis court oath is considered as the beginning of the French Revolution. Okay, clear? Then look at the timeline of the French Revolution. Look at the screen. 1789 revolution, 14th July, after the tennis court oath, revolutionaries stormed with the slogan liberty, equality, and fraternity. So first class itself, I remind you what was the motto of the French Revolution: to attain liberty, equality, and fraternity. So revolutionaries stormed, declared they needed the slogan liberty, equality, and fraternity, and they demolished the Bastille prison. That is the symbol of Bourbon kings, isn't it? They demolished, destroyed the Bastille prison. That is the symbol of the Bourbon kings, and that day considered as the celebrated the National Day of France. അതായത് Bastille prison is then the symbol of the Bourbon kings, and 1789 Then the July 14th, the revolutionaries destroyed the Bastille prison. That is a symbol of the Bourbon kings. That day, later, the French people celebrated, observed that that day is the national day of the France, isn't it? അപ്പൊ ഈ ബാസിൽ പ്രിസൺ നശിപ്പിച്ച ആ ദിവസമാണ് പിന്നീട് then the French government celebrated as they accepted their national day. Okay, that is the first incident, first time in 1789. The slogan is announced through then the every nook and corner of the France. What was the slogan? What was the motto of the French Revolution? To attain liberty, equality, and fraternity. Okay, then that day itself, the same year itself, then they destroyed then the Bastille prison. That is the symbol of the Bourbon kings. Okay, then again look at the second one. 1789, August 12, the National Assembly passed the Declaration, the Rights of Men and Citizens. The National Assembly passed the Declaration of Rights of Men and Citizens. Okay, it reflect the ideas of Rousseau, isn't it? It reflect the ideas of Rousseau. What was the ideas of Rousseau? Man is born free, but every work is in chain. Declared the people are the sovereign. That is the statement of opinion of the Rousseau. Then August 12th, 1789, the National Assembly passed the Declaration of Rights of Men and the Citizen. It reflects the ideas of Rousseau. Rousseau's idea was that people are the sovereign of the state. Man is born free, but every work is in chain. The second incident reflect in the ideas of Rousseau. Then again, look at the third incident, 1789 October. Thousands of women marched from Paris to Palace of Versailles with the slogan, "Give us bread." 1789, thousands of women marched from Paris to the Palace of Versailles with the slogan, "Give us bread." And third one. And the last one, September 1792, the National Convention formed as per the new constitution proclaimed France as the Republic. 1792, the National Convention formed as the new constitution. That is the National Convention means that their National Assembly. 1792, September, the French government is formed. The French became republic. Then the monarchical system came to an end. 1792 September, the French government got the freedom, and then they formed the the National Assembly. National Assembly means that National Convention. National Convention means that their National Assembly, and France declared freedom, and the monarchical system of government came to an end. Feudalism came to an end, and that is a very important. Then what was happened? Our Louis XVI and his wife Marie Antoinette. Then in the France, there is two political parties there. Jacobins and one is the Jacobins and Girondist. And the Jacobins is the extremist and the Girondist is the moderate, isn't it? So what was happened in the Louis XVI and Mary, his wife Marie Antoinette? Two of them were executed by the Jacobins. Jacobins political party, then they were existed in the France. There is two political party, Jacobins and Girondist, and Jacobins was the extremist and Girondist was the moderates. Okay, and then the Jacobins executed Louis XVI and then his wife Marie Antoinette. Your textbook, there is one box is there, Reign of Terror. Then anyone has the textbook, then you read it, and then about the Reign of Terror, very fearful. Then the topic is there, and no need to okay, doesn't matter. If you have free time, if you have the textbook, you read it. Okay, then yes, okay. Then what was the result of the French Revolution? So after the French Revolution, then the France became republic and the monarchical system came to an end. France became very strong. After the French Revolution, monarchy was came to an end, and Louis XVI and his wife Mary Antoinette executed by the Jacobins party. And after that, the France became very, very strong. There is one quotation is there. Then according to Austrian Chancellor Metternich, when France sneezes, the rest of Europe catches cold. So from the quotation itself, we can understand that then the strength of the strength of the France after the French Revolution. How did the France became very strong after the French Revolution? From the Austrian Chancellor Metternich statement is that when France sneezes, the rest of Europe catches cold. ഫ്രാൻസ് ഒന്ന് തുമ്മിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ബാക്കിയുള്ള യൂറോപ്പിലെ മറ്റുള്ള കൺട്രീസിനൊക്കെ ജലദോഷം പിടിക്കും. That means that the France became very strong. After the French Revolution, the France became very strong. The other European countries are very fearful of the growth of the France. ഫ്രാൻസിന്റെ വളർച്ച കണ്ടിട്ട് അവർക്ക് ഭയങ്കരമായിട്ടുള്ള പേടി വന്നു. That is the France became very, very strong under the leadership of the Napoleon. Okay, then we can check what was the result of the French Revolution. Then first one we can understand that from the topic itself we could understand the monarchy was came to an end. That was the first result. Okay, then look at the screen. Okay, stimulated all the later revolution in the world. Then the paved the way for the end of the feudal system in Europe. End of the feudal system. And the second one, proclaimed that the nation is not merely a region but the people. Okay, then contributed the concept of sovereignty. Then the nationalism, concept of sovereignty. So all other revolution, the French Revolution also stimulated the other revolution. The French Revolution also encouraged the revolutions in the happen in the other parts of the world, stimulated, then encouraged the people of other countries of the people for starting the revolution against the existing then the monarchical system and feudalism, like that. And then the another result was at the end of the monarchy, end of the monarchy. And another result was that there is an contributed the concept of nationalism. The French Revolution contributed the concept of nationalism. What was the nationalism? Nationalism is that there is an feeling of love of nation, isn't it? Nationalism is the feeling of love of nation. നമ്മളുടെ രാജ്യത്തിനെ സ്നേഹിക്കുക. If you are if we have the national feeling, nationalism, there is a love of nation in our mind, we can we can do everything in the proper way. We never destroy the public property, isn't it? Be careful. We will take the care about for protecting the nation. When if you are cultivating the nationalism in our mind, that is a love of nation, isn't it? The contributed the concept of nationalism. And the French Revolution contributed the concept of sovereignty. What was the sovereignty? What is the sovereignty? That the people are the sovereign of the state. And people are the sovereign of the state. The concept of sovereignty contributed through the French Revolution, isn't it? The concept of nationalism. Then another is that it helped the growth of the middle class people. The common people got the more freedom after the French Revolution. The common people got the they became the representatives of the national convention. National convention is their national assembly. Then again look at the screen, result of the French Revolution. Then that is threaten the autocratic rulers of the in Europe. Threaten the autocratic rulers in Europe, isn't it? Threaten the autocratic rulers in Europe. What is the meaning? What is the meaning? Threaten the autocratic rulers in Europe? യൂറോപ്പിലെ മറ്റുള്ള രാജ്യങ്ങളുടെ റൂളേഴ്സിന് വരെ ഇവരെന്താക്കി ഫ്രഞ്ച് റെവല്യൂഷൻ എൻകറേജ് ദ പീപ്പിൾ to start the revolution against the autocratic rulers existing in the different parts of the world. Okay, threaten the autocratic rulers in Europe. So listen, students, listen to me. That was the result of the French Revolution, and in the middle of this point, liberty, equality, and fraternity. That was the main motto of the French Revolution. After the French Revolution, they got the aim, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Our government borrowed the values of the constitution from the French government, from the French constitution, isn't it? Very important values of the constitution, the preamble of the constitution, preface of our constitution. The three values are the liberty, equality, and fraternity. We borrowed from the French Revolution. Okay, that was a result of the French Revolution. First one, okay, the French Revolution had to end of the monarchical system. Then it is encouraged the other revolution to start the revolution against the existing government. Then contributed the concept of nationalism, then contributed the concept of sovereignty. It had the growth of middle class. At that time, there is a third estate, common people, middle class people, they have no right in the state general assembly. So after the French Revolution, they became the representatives of the National Assembly, National Convention of the French government. So the middle class got the full priority for engaging in the National Convention, National Assembly of the France. Okay, understand? That was the result of the French Revolution. So all these revolutions, the French became very strong. That is why the Chancellor, Austrian Chancellor Metternich, statement is that when France sneezes, the rest of the Europe catches cold. Understand? And so from this quotation itself, we can understand that the France became very, very strong after the French Revolution, isn't it? Don't forget, in the French Revolution, there is a two topic is very important about the French society. That means that French estate, and second incident was very important, tennis court. Don't forget. Okay, I think that our French Revolution topic is not finished. That parents will discuss the next class. Okay, thank you.